So hello dear player and welcome back to yet another review of, in this case, Kingdom Rush Battles. Now this game came out 1 month ago and I think it's time to actually give my honest opinion about it. We're gonna start with what works well, then what doesn't land so great, and of course what is yet to come or to be seen. Kind reminder, like and subscribe if you like the content of the channel, and without further ado, let's get it started. So for starters, the game draws you in. Once you start matching versus other people, it becomes hard to stop. There are tight battles, tactical builds, and close calls which are very satisfying. It is also nice to see that sometimes experience matters in the game, meaning basic mechanics of enemy type, micro units, or some new elements such as beating the enemy way faster are a must to know if you want to beat the opponent or get ahead in the battle. Another important point is that it doesn't take long to get the hang of most of these mechanics. The learning curve is gentle at first, which helps new players and veterans alike. Last but not least, it is exciting to see that Kingdom Rush is trying something bold, transforming from a wave-based challenges to live head-to-head competition brings a tone of freshness. So, these are so far the positive points that I've seen of this new entry. Now we will start with what doesn't land so great. So first of all, there's a large gap in power between players who have acquired premium or rare cards early, often via purchase, and those who haven't. This can make some matches feel unwinnable. Events and special modes amplify this. When one player gets stronger perks or heroes, the outcome often feels predetermined rather than earned. So another important area is randomness and unpredictability. Now the boosters, the perks that you pick each round, are now even. This was up until recently not the case, and it had a decisive influence on the actual battle. Another important point is that damage values can swing wildly. Towers and heroes sometimes deal significantly more than their base stats, which introduces a lagged element and overshadows tactical effort. So another important point is the social and feature gaps, which is actually on the works. So despite being a player versus player game, there are few tools for social interaction, or limited team or guild systems, or even little community support built in. Another important point when it comes to social and features gaps is the matchmaking, which is inconsistent. Sometimes you are paired with opponents whose stats or cards are vastly superior, making fair competition rare. Last but not least, technical and interface concerns. The server stability has been an issue for many players, which report getting disconnected or experiencing match crashes, sometimes losing rewards they should have earned. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room, which is the monetization and progression systems. Here's the big difference because up until now, Kingdom Rush was based in projects or DLCs, and now they actually moved to live operations or monetization and progression strategy when it comes to earning money with a free-to-play game. I have to say that the cost of certain heroes and towers is steep, and sometimes the stronger units are locked only behind paywalls or premium bundles. Another important point when it comes to progression without spending real money, which is possible but is very slow. Building up a competitive deck without premium items takes a long grind. Some players have speculated that these design choices have been influenced by larger corporate trends, which doesn't come across as a strange statement. What is factual, however, is that the UI base in the game developer has been acquired by the major digital entertainment company. Juno Capital Partners participated as co-advisors on the acquisition. Ironhide Games Studio and Juno have been a long-term partners since 2019. Juno Capital has indeed invested and advised several interactive entertainment companies, including Supercell, Turtle Rock, which are actually owned by Tencent. So Tencent, through studios like Timmy, has a track record of adapting beloved franchises into free-to-play models. These games tend to follow the same formula: visually impressive, sometimes mechanically solid, but weighted down by aggressive monetization and shallow progression loops. In other instances as well, such as with Diablo and especially with veteran players of the franchise, the opinions about publishing a free-to-play title based on an old franchise are received very critically. And that be a player is what makes Kingdom Rush Battles feel so frustrating. It shares the DNA of those kinds of free-to-play experiments where monetization seems to take priority over long-term player satisfaction. Whether that's a coincidence or influence is anyone's guess, but the resemblance is hard to ignore. To go a little bit more into detail, microtransactions, limited time events, chest timers, and randomized card drops become the real core loop. Every choice, from the cards you lock to how quickly you progress, is shaped by the system. Your odds of pulling a rare card, the strength of your deck, even how long you stay engaged are all tied to how much you play, or how much you pay. This model dictates the rhythm of your experience. It decides when you play, how you play, and how rewarding that play feels. It's not about mastering tower placement or countering enemy waves anymore, it's about mastering the game's economy. This model is often at the cost of genuine enjoyment. For both new and long-term players, it replaces the satisfaction of pure gameplay with the pressure of progression systems designed to keep you hooked, not fulfilled. In essence, Kingdom Rush Battles is a game that looks and sounds like the Kingdom Rush we love, but doesn't quite play like it. It's fun for a few hours, maybe even for a few days, but unless Ironhide takes real steps to rebalance and refocus the game around fair competition and community, it risks fading into the long list of almost great mobile titles. If they can pivot, trimming the pay-to-win, tightening the imbalances, and adding true social features, the battles could still turn things around. But as for now, it's more of a cautionary tale, a reminder that not every classic needs a PvP twist, and not every franchise survives the free-to-play transition unharmed. According to the last updates, Ironhide has proof to listen to the community and correct major changes, but the current overview still reveals that there's still a long way to go. Please feel free to add your comments and thoughts about this new release down in the description below. From my side, that's all for today. Stay safe, play at your discretion, and see you in the next video game. Have fun y hasta la próxima. Bye bye.